check to make sure that that's better. For some reason, the sound had gone out of my right earphone, so I've just had to readjust something, and that seems to be working again now. So what's going on here? We have a new offer for Ianu. We'll accept that. An offer for Basharu. We'll have a look at the Rangers lineup and see if there's a player that we'd like to part exchange for him. Taylor, we're being offered about $1 million for him. Don't really want to sell him, but I don't really care about him that much either. So I really don't want to sell to Stoke at all. And despite the fact that I've sworn off ever using him again, he's actually not a bad youngster, so he'll probably stay with the team for the time being. Tyler Blackett, Middlesbrough have come back with an improved offer of nearly £500,000. Still nowhere near what he's worth, so let's go back into renegotiations. And now we can push them up to 660 and see what they come back with there. That'll do for that. Right, I've been putting it off long enough. Let's get into it. Samba is looking awful, but there's not much I can really do about it. Now, Arcas could play out on the right-hand side, and we could play Freeman through the middle. Arcas isn't really a right winger, but he can play in that kind of position fairly well despite that. Also, let's put... I still haven't changed things back so that Yuri Ribeiro is our default left back. I think that's going to do it. That's going to be our lineup for today's match. We're in the red, Stoke are in the blue with the yellow trim. I really don't want to lose to Stoke of all teams. I'll take a draw. Hopefully a scoring draw, because I think we've all had enough of the nil-nils. And the bullshit goals that we've conceded recently have really started to do my head in. Just feels like the AI can't score past me fairly, so it's just handicapping me by having my players run off in weird directions when it would be easier for them and more natural for them to run to the ball. You know what I mean? We saw it yesterday. We all saw it yesterday. Right, it's a night game, so we're under floodlights, which is something that we haven't done much so far this season. Most of our games taking place during the daytime, and that also means... Oh, Arcas, heavy touch there. Also meaning that we've had to deal with... very bright areas of the pitch, which can be a little bit off-putting, I'm not going to lie. Ooh, long throw. That's very much like Stoke, isn't it? I might try and rescue Josh Timon from Stoke if I can. Here's Sal. And he's played Amiobi in, but Amiobi can't quite get to the ball before it's intercepted by a Stoke defender. Here's Obi. Is that Mikel? It could be Mikel. I think he's playing for Stoke now, actually. And immediately Samba rolls the ball out, and we're back underway here. Graben's battling with the defender. I feel like one of their players might have caught him as he was making that pass there, but referee does nothing about it, so we move on. Sal and Fletcher competing for the ball. Sal wins that one. Here's Arcas. Graben gives it back to him. Amiobi's in here. Oh, he's put it past the post. It's very rare that we make chances as good as that one, and Amiobi has absolutely shanked it wide. Not the easiest finish since it was up in the air, but he's got to do better than that. You have to at least test the goalkeeper. Let's hope that that one doesn't cost us in the long run. It was always a bit of a risky ball playing the back heel there. Fletcher's a big strong lad. He's going to hold the ball up wherever possible. Obi header off the post, and that is cheap. That is cheap. Fletcher scores for Stoke. I don't know why it's always the striker that gets to the ball off of the post. It's never the defender that reacts quicker. Terrible. Right, well, we're 1-0 down and we score very rarely as it is. And it looks as though that chance that Amiobi had early on could end up coming back to haunt us. It's Jenkinson. Over the top for Freeman, knocks it on to Graben. Freeman winds up and sticks it straight in between the hands of Davis. Of course, if you've got a player like Fletcher, it makes sense to use him. Arcas is just far too easy to knock off the ball in those kind of situations, which is why really you want to play him more centrally. Graben's on here. Too tight of an angle. There wasn't an option to pass, so he had to go for it. Forces a corner, which will now fail to do anything with. Freeman whips it in. Sow at the near post, looks to head it on. Arcas will pick it up in the box. Goes past his man, chips it in. We're not actually tackling, we're just getting in between man and ball. Graben. Graben again. That's a foul. I'll expect a card for that when play breaks down, which it hasn't yet, but with Stoke on the ball, it could happen any second. Poor from Colback. Oh, flipping heck. Of course, when the ball comes off the post for us, defenders first to every time. Oh well, never mind. I'm going to try Arcas up the middle with Freeman playing on the right hand side so that he can cut in on his preferred left foot. They're a very powerful side, Stoke. Very difficult to knock off the ball to a man. More like a rugby team than a football team. Of course he's offside. He's always offside. Stoke are starting to play like Brazil. And this is something I don't like about this difficulty level. Every single team, regardless of their technical merit and ability, seems to be able to knock the ball around like they're some sort of world-class Spanish winning side. Arcas, oh my word! It's an absolute rocket. But again, it's nothing I've done. The ball's just fallen to him. Zero backlift on the shot whatsoever. And he's just smashed it into the top left-hand corner. Fantastic technique. Even when my man's ahead of theirs, somehow they still end up winning the ball. It's frightening, absolutely frightening. Ball into the box, Worrell tries to get his head onto it. Normally that would be dangerous play with somebody's head so close to up their foot. But we're just going to let him get away with it this time, eh? Why not? Yeah. Grabban. Bullied off the ball again. I'm getting sick of that. I really am getting sick of that. It's not a tackle. It's a shoulder barge. I'm just getting frustrated now. These through balls just aren't going anywhere near where I want them to. Christie's managed to buy himself a free kick there. I put as little power as I could on that so that I could pass it to the guy next to me, and he's passed it into the box like an absolute fucking wally. Christie grabbing. Ooh. That's a free kick. And this could possibly be the last chance of the game. Arcas has got a decent right foot on him. He could score from this kind of range. It's been known to happen before. But the question is whether or not he can get this one on target with this kind of pressure on him. And he can! Arcas with his second of the game. And Nottingham Forest second as well. 89th minute. Nottingham Forest 2. Stoke City 1. An excellent free kick. Not too much dip required. He got the height just right. And now Forest have to keep the back doors closed for the next 6 minutes of added on time. Arcas is going to get his name in the book. He was a little bit exuberant there, a little bit overly physical in trying to win the ball back. Davies sticks a long one down the centre. Good defensive header there. Obi picks it up deep in midfield, plays a long one in. Worrell underneath, heads it away again. Forest have it, and that's it. The final whistle goes. It's a brilliant 3 points for Nottingham Forest, who come from behind to win the game 2-1. Just listening to the guy on the comms in the stadium there. I've never heard him say that before. I don't know if that's new to this year or if I've just not heard it before. They came, they saw, they were sent packing. And isn't that the case? Nottingham Forest walking away with the 3 points today. 2 goals from Arcas. A brilliant performance by the attacking midfielder. 7.5 he gets on the night. Got no problem with that whatsoever. Still got a massive problem with making chances. But we're somehow finding the goals that we need to keep us where we need to be. Watford have lost 2-0 to Blackburn Rovers there today. And Norwich City a 1-0 victor against Wycombe Wanderers. And Bournemouth losing to Derby. So our Brian Clough Trophy rivals doing a job there. 2 points behind Norwich City now. In third. Second place is still on. We're only 5 points shy. But we need to be so much more consistent if we're going to get into that second place spot. Goal difference of plus 19. 41 goals scored. We are now the lowest scorer in the top 13, with Blackburn Rovers dropping to 14th place. In fact, there's only maybe half a dozen teams in the entire league that have scored less than us. But a defensive record is where it's at, and if you look at that, you'll see very clearly the story that's being told is we score very few, but we concede even fewer. 22 goals conceded in those matches so far, so not bad at all. Can we find that 5 point differential between now and the end of the season? Well, this next match could make a big difference. It's Norwich, it's versus Nottingham Forest, and it's next time. Until then, thank you very much for watching. Take care. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.